Commercial real estate investors are looking for stability today. The things that are most important to them are quality tenants, long-term leases, and predictable cash flow. Examples of this would be, your publicly traded companies, national companies, and those that will pay a higher rent, sign a long-term lease. We all know of Walgreens, Starbucks, and AT&T as some significant examples of that. Investment forecast, what to expect. Continued interest in quality real estate investments, more investor capital looking for a home. Investors who have turned around challenged properties will likely sell in order to realize profits. More investors from out of market will seek product in the Midwest. The Midwest is perceived as stable and a good investment and a good value by folks coming from the coast or investors that have more competition in their markets. As leasing improves, developers will continue to fill their pipelines by starting new projects. Those selling will look to reinvest their profits into new investment properties. This will again create more competition for those properties and presumably drive cap rates down and prices up. Existing owner developers will enjoy better leasing, more occupancy, and will in turn reinvest in their properties to improve them. Strategies for buyers. Establish your investment parameters and objectives in order to act quickly when a property becomes available. They'll go fast. Pre-qualify with your lender to know your purchasing capabilities, enabling you to react quickly when the right opportunity arises. So know what you're able to spend. It's easier to write a cash offer. You'll be better taken by a seller if you have all this preparation in order. Consider entrepreneurial properties that may have more vacancy and turnaround possibilities to take advantage of an improving market. Due to limited inventory, consider expanding your purchasing area and engage a commercial real estate broker that is capable of delivering opportunities nationally. So in other words, if you have a particular property type that you like, or a particular tenant you want to follow, consider buying in Peoria or California or New York or wherever. Investors are traditionally non-territorial. Our brokerage team is able to do business globally, so we have that capability. Strategies for sellers. Eliminate vacancy by upgrading and updating common areas, restrooms, elevators, and exteriors. This is something tenants watch. If you have a very dated presentation in your building, it'll probably fall to the bottom of the list when they're out looking for a new location. Provide remodeling budgets to entice existing tenants to renew sooner and for longer term leases. So if you have a lease burning off, I would approach the tenant a year, 2 years early. Perhaps they want to recast their lease, perhaps they want to remodel. Keep in touch with them in order to capture them as your continued tenant before they start looking around. Work with a commercial real estate broker who has national and international marketing capability and perspective. Convert gross leases to triple net leases where possible to make the property more attractive to potential investors. Most investors are going to look for a triple net lease scenario from tenants. That way their investment is protected, and as expenses, property taxes, other services that their building is offering rise, their investment's protected because their rent is net and consistent or based on the lease. Engage a professional property management firm with the resources, experience, technology to keep the tenants satisfied, and less likely to consider a move when their lease is terming out. It's important to consider the tenant your client. That's the right perspective to keep. They're your customer. They keep your building healthy and keep your building operational, so treat them right.